Now, just a minute. This is a press conference. The last thing I want to do is answer a lot of questions.
You got him? Can you see him good?
Yeah.
So this is Harry. I'm shaking just a little bit. Can you see him good?
Yeah.
He's a rose hair tarantula. He is beautiful. You see him good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm gonna sit down where I feel like he's a little safer. And how old is he?
He's approximately, I'm thinking 2 years old.
2 years old. And how big does he get? Is this basically how big he gets?
Yeah, I don't think he'll get much bigger than that.
He won't get much bigger than this? And you said something about molting. Like, it was really interesting what he did with molting.
Yeah, the babies, they molt about twice a year. Adults, about once a year. He's only molted once since I've had him, though. I mean, all spiders are different. They can get aggressive over their molts, very protective.
Yeah.
Whenever they molt, sometimes you can't take them out of their cage. The first time I saw him molt, it literally looks like an exact replica of him. And I went to take it out of his cage to closer examine it, and that was the one and only time he got into the striking position. He raised his two front legs there, and he kind of reared, if you will, because they're very protective of it. They don't want it to be taken from them, and sometimes, in some cases, they'll even eat it.
And you said they're non-venomous. In other words, you can have allergic reactions to them, but you can't, die from their bite.
Right. It's just about the equivalent of the venom from a bee sting.
So it's not even that toxic.
No.
And now...
And they're the most docile. The rose hair species are the most docile that you could get. The second most docile would be the Mexican red-kneed tarantula.
And docile, of course, meaning that they're very easy to handle, very
Right. It's
calm.
unlikely that they'll try to strike at you unless they feel threatened, or they're trying to protect their habitat.
And usually, in order to feel threatened, what would have to happen?
They would have to feel like a predator was trying to get them if they were being injured or being pecked at by, say, a bird, if it was trying to eat them, if they were taken off guard.
So as long as you let them know you're there and basically
Right.
respect them, sort of like a dog.
Right. Go slowly at them. Don't just rush at them.
Try to pick them up. And
Yeah, let them crawl on you on their time. Don't try to rush them.
So basically what I'm doing right now is just letting him crawl from my one hand to the other hand.
Right.
And not actually rushing him or making him do anything. And he's very light. Are all tarantulas this light?
Not all of them. He has gotten much bigger since I've got him, but he's still kind of on the light side. He doesn't eat as much, and I've read forums on it worrying about him sometimes, and some of the forums even said their spiders have went over a year without eating.
So they can go quite a long time without eating?
Yeah, they can.
Now, does he stand still very often, or does he like to
He does
move?
when he's in his cage. He doesn't really move around a whole lot, but when somebody's holding him, he does like travel.
He likes to get some exercise.
Yeah.
And it's true that you can never drop them because they'll get hurt really easily.
Right, you might not be able to see it from the outside, but it could make them bleed internally and eventually die.
Now, that would require a bit of a drop, though. Like, it wouldn't be from my lap to the couch, right? Or would it be that...
I think it's anything over a foot, really, just because of how fragile their exoskeleton is.
Okay. So bottom line, don't drop them.
Right. He injured his leg about a year ago. I was at work and I came home and he was standing real funny, and I went to get him out of his cage and he just fell right over on his side like he was ill. And I saw this bluish clear liquid out of his leg, and I researched it because I wasn't quite sure about tarantulas at the time, and it's blood.
Yeah.
They don't have the hemoglobin that makes the blood clot.
Yeah.
So what they do, their muscles, The way they clot is not by their blood clotting, it's their muscles spasm so much it eventually stops the blood flow. But his leg never properly healed after that.
And that's why he's got that little gimp leg in the back.
Right. And that's why he's not as active lately anymore because of that leg. It's harder for him to get around. I mean, he still has 7 working legs. Sometimes it's difficult for him.
I don't want to reach in my pocket, grab my cell phone, but I can't do that with both hands. Would I be able to like block him from walking and he'd stay in one hand?
If you just keep your thumb there, he should just be alright for a minute.
There we go. And can I do this, like tilt my hand?
Yeah, you just have to be careful because he's a little off balance sometimes.
I got my cell phone. Do you want to snap a picture of him with it? The password is a little box on the lower left, starting in the middle bottom, going up 1, over 1, down 1.
There we go. bottom
Middle,
left, you said?
middle bottom,
Middle bottom.
up from there, over, other way. Yep, and then down. And that's it.
Okay.
And you probably want to use flash if you can try without it. Did it focus good?
This one did.
Awesome.
This one's a slight bit blurry.
You want to take another picture? And snap it. Press the button. Perfect.
It's a little bit different than mine.
Awesome, thank you. Okay, so we'll get a close-up and then finish this one. He is your beautiful spider. Ah. Tell me if I got him good.
Yeah, here, let me lower your hands a little bit.
That good?
Okay. Perfect.
Crawling right into the camera, isn't he? Okay. We'll give him back to you and you can end the video.